A very good morning to all the students of class 10th. Children, we were in this lesson where we had completed the first part of the lesson, his first flight. Lesson number 3, 2 stories about flying. First part we have already done, his first flight, written by Liam O'Flaherty. We will move to the second part of the lesson, Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth. So, it's important to know just few things about the writer. Frederick Forsyth was born on 25th August 1938 in Kent, England. He was educated at Tonbridge School, later joined the University of Granada in Spain. He became a journalist and joined the BBC News in 1965, where he served as an assistant diplomat correspondent. So he was a journalist and writer. In the lesson, you will find a person who is a pilot, who is really happy and contented to fly over a city that is sleeping. He is very happy and fantasizing about having a scrumptious breakfast with his family after a long time. He is flying from Paris to London, and while taking his flight, he dreams about having a quality time with his family, having a scrumptious breakfast with them upon landing. And as soon as he crosses Paris, he finds that he gets stuck around the dark clouds that were a sign of the upcoming storm. The right decision, according to the pilot, what was the right decision? The right decision could have been to go back for the safety of him and the other people on board. But he was overshadowed by his dreams. He really wanted to be his family. So he risked the life of his passengers and head straight into the storm. There, everything seems to be really dark. He's unable to see all the direction. All the instruments stopped, and he even lost the control of the plane. When all the hope was lost from every side, he saw another plane whose pilot was more than willing to rescue him. The author was panicking as there was very less amount of fuel left in the plane. Now, what happened after that? Who helped the pilot? Whether he was able to save the lives of the people on board, whether he could reach safely at his destination. So, you will get to know this in this lesson. Let's read out the lesson, The Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth. The moon was coming up in the east behind me, and stars were shining in the clear sky above me. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone high up above the sleeping countryside. The countryside means the land and scenery of a rural area. So, the description of how the weather was given, where the moon was coming up in the east, the stars were shining in the clear sky, and there wasn't a cloud. It was a very beautiful weather. And the pilot, is the pilot who's really happy to fly up above the sleeping countryside, because the whole countryside is sleeping. He is flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. So this is his journey from France over France, he is back to England and he is flying old Dakota aeroplane. He was dreaming of the holidays. He was dreaming of spending a good quality time with his family, and he even looked at the watch. It was 1:30 in the morning. I should call Paris Control soon, I thought. As I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane, I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I switched on the radio and said, Paris Control, Dakota DS-088 here. Can you hear me? I am on my way to England. Over. Here, the writer, who is a pilot who is flying the aeroplane, needs confirmation from the direction giver at the ground level who is sitting, who give them instructions and direction where to fly, at what direction they need to fly for reaching their destination. So he confirmed from the confirmation room that he is on the way to England. What is the next instruction to be given? So the instructions he got is, DS-088, I can hear you. You ought to turn 12 degrees west now. DS-088, over. So he followed the direction given and moved to 12 degrees west, DS-088, the name of his old Dakota plane, the number. I checked the map and the compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. I will be in time for breakfast, I thought. A good big English breakfast. Everything was going well. It was an easy flight. He was about to reach the destination, thinking about a beautiful morning breakfast with his family. He was fantasizing about a good quality time spending with his family, and he was really, really happy to actually reach his destination. While on his way, Paris was about 150 kilometers behind me when I saw the clouds. Suddenly, while flying on the up in the sky, he saw storm clouds. They were really huge. They looked like black mountains. He understood that he could not fly across the clouds because it is really, really scary, equally dangerous. And plus, he did not have enough fuel to fly around them to the north or south. So he got stuck in between. He had not enough fuel to go north or south, to change his direction. So he quickly made up his mind and decided that he really desperately wanted to be at his place, wanted to be at his home. So he decided to go to Paris. I will take the risk, I thought, and flew that old Dakota straight into the storm. Inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. So, the pilot decided to take the risk, decided to go towards the storm clouds. He looked at the compass and he couldn't believe. The compass was turning round and round and round. It was dead. It would not work. The other instruments were suddenly dead too. I tried the radio. Now, the pilot found himself to be in a very, very confusing state because his instruments, the instruments of the plane stopped working. No compass, no radio, nothing. He tried to connect to the radio. He tried to connect with the compass. He tried to operate the compass, but everything went into vain and he couldn't do it. So it was really confusing for him to how to get out of this huge problem that he has started facing. Paris Control, can you hear me? There was no answer. He tried to connect to the radio from the Paris Control, but the radio was dead too. I had no radio, no compass, and I could not see where I was. I was lost in the storm. Then, in the black clouds quite near me, I saw another aeroplane. The writer, the pilot, found himself in a very deadly situation where the radio was not even working, compass was not working, he was lost in the storm. He looked here and there, he found another aeroplane near him. It had no lights on its wings, but I could see it flying next to me through the storm. I could see the pilot's face turned towards me. I was very glad to see another person. He lifted one hand and waved. Among this deadly situation, he found himself that he is getting a helping hand by another fellow pilot. He lifted one hand and he waved. Follow me, he was saying, follow me. So the pilot who was flying the old Dakota aeroplane followed another pilot who tried to help him. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of my Dakota so that it would be easier for me to follow him. I was very happy to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child. He's calling himself an obedient child because it was a blessing in disguise for him when he was helped by another fellow pilot in a very scary situation that he had ever faced in his life. So he followed the instructions of the fellow pilot wherever he was telling him to go to, and he followed him like an obedient child. After half an hour, the strange black aeroplane was still there in front of me in the clouds. Now, there was only enough fuel in the old Dakota's last tank to fly for 5 or 10 minutes more. The pilot followed the instructions of another fellow pilot, and he followed the strange black aeroplane was still there in front of the old Dakota plane, and the pilot followed his instructions. The pilot flying old Dakota plane was really scared. He was frightened. He started feeling frightened again because he found that his tank, the tank of the old Dakota, could last up to only 5 to 10 minutes more. He started to go down, and he followed the instruction of the black aeroplane and followed it. Suddenly, I came out of the clouds and saw 2 long straight lines of lights in front of me. It was a runway, an airport. I was safe. I turned to look for my friend in the black aeroplane, but the sky was empty. He was really scared when he found that his plane could fly only up to 5 to 10 minutes because he was running short of the fuel in the tank of his plane. Despite that, he did not lose hope and followed the black aeroplane. Suddenly, when he managed to take out the plane from the dark clouds, he was very happy to see the runway. He could see the 2 lines of lights in front of him. Finally reached the airport. He was safe. Everyone was safe. He turned around to look for his friend who was flying the black aeroplane, but the sky was empty. There was nothing there. The black aeroplane was gone. I could not see it anywhere. I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower. I went and asked a woman in the control center where I was and who the other pilot was. I wanted to say thank you. When he looked around to find the black aeroplane, he could not see anything. There was nothing there. He landed and was not at all sorry to walk away quickly to go to the control center and ask the woman sitting at the desk that who was flying the black aeroplane, who was flying another plane, because he really wanted to say thank you. The woman at the desk looked at him very strangely and laughed. Another aeroplane? Up there in this storm? No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. When woman told him that his plane was the only plane that night who was flying and there was no other plane, he was really shocked to hear that. So, who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel tank in my tanks? Who was the pilot on this strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? The pilot riding the old Dakota plane was really surprised to find that there was no one. Then, who was that person who helped him? Who was the pilot on this strange black aeroplane? Who helped him to arrive safely without a compass or a radio? He was really confused and all these questions were unanswered. But children, if you think yourself, what could it have been? Who was the strange black aeroplane? Who was riding it? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane? Was it really there or not? You need to think about the answer. So, isn't this story quite unique and strange? A very mysterious experience faced by the pilot of the old Dakota plane, where he's flying from Paris to London. During his flight, he was lost amid mountains of dark clouds. He couldn't believe his eyes. The compass was dead. The radio was not working. He received no answer from Paris control either. And then suddenly, in the middle of this, he could see another aeroplane flying next to him. He followed this strange aeroplane until he could see the runway and finally reached the airport. Isn't it strange what it could have been? Basically, there was nothing. There was no other plane. It was what? It was the pilot of old Dakota aeroplane himself who flew alone through this deadliest weather, come out of it, reach the destination. Why? Because he did not lose his hope. He gathered the courage and did not sit idle, did not lose hope, did not go back. He understood the situation, decided within no time, and felt the need of the hour and decided to continue his journey. It was his own conscience that made him do so. If at a particular situation, if he would have lost the hope, then everything would have been in danger. Though he had a little personal motive behind it to reach his final destination, having a good breakfast with his family, but other than that, he had a huge responsibility on his shoulder, reaching the runway safely. And being a pilot, it is really difficult at such situations where you find yourself surrounded by dark clouds, stormy clouds, the weather is not in your favor, but you have to fly over, you have to reach safely at your destination, and you have the responsibilities of so many people sitting on the aeroplane. So it is really a tough task. It is really a tough job. The job of a pilot comes with a lot of responsibilities, and you really must have the presence of mind, and you need to be very courageous and bold. So after reading this lesson, we came across that the Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth, gave us a message that whenever you are surrounded by such difficult situation, do not lose hope. One learns by taking courage and not sitting idle. This is what I have written on the top, that you must be courageous and bold to face any kind of difficulties, any kind of situation life throws at you. Never lose hope, because these difficult times, these difficult situations are not only faced by you, but every single person in this world. The one who do not lose hope, the one who conquers it, wins the world, be successful, but the one who loses hope could not do anything in his or her life. So this is a lesson, The Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth.